Hi, I'm Attila Nemat and I'm a partner of the Metabond distribution network. I'm going to illustrate the metal surface finish anti-friction product on this test machine. A 250 watt electric engine drives a bearing exterior by means of a V-belt, and I'll clamp a bearing roll onto this bearing exterior by means of a small vise. First, in dry conditions, without lubricant, and then oil is filled into an oil pan to lubricate the parts. In the third step, Metabond is filled into the oil. The test results will be shown on the ammeter, i.e. that friction requires extra energy, and the dynamometer will show the number of units when the parts are damaged. So, let's see the dry test in the first step. After 2.5 units, the parts are fused. The part is visibly burnt. During friction, a temperature of 1500 degrees Celsius develops in the case of metals, and the metal parts are fused, and particles are broken by them from each other. Particles missing here have been accumulated on the bearing exterior, which I'm going to polish. I'll turn the roll a little to make sure that the circumstances provided for the test are identical. Fresh, good quality oil is poured into the oil pan. This will provide sufficient lubrication for the parts under the relevant operating conditions.
Kenőanyag bejut a felületek közé.
The lubricant enters between the surfaces, the lubricant is burnt, parts are damaged after 5 units, and the lubricant is displaced from between the surfaces. The abrasion mark has become smaller under a higher load. For example, the friction heat was absorbed by the lubricant and the abraded particles are taken by the oil flow, enabling the parts to operate properly. I'm now turning the roll a little bit again for the next test. We can see that Metabond is perfect for new equipment too. Naturally, I clean the bearing exterior again. We can see that Metabond is perfect for new equipment too. Naturally, I'll clean the bearing exterior again. The Metabond metal surface finish material must be added to the fresh oil. 1 flask contains a dosage sufficient for the finishing of 1 car. I add a few drops to the lubricant. Metabond blends well with the lubricant, and the lubricant forwards it to the friction surfaces, where friction pressure and heat develop, and as a catalyst, it leads to the chemical metal surface finish. We shall find that our vehicles become quiet, and this change will be heard after 50 to 1,000 kilometers. Our device was damaged after 5 units in the case of normal lubrication. We can see that Metabond metal surface finish provides ideal conditions for the lubricant. Current drain does not increase even under double loading, so we can now save energy. By using Metabond, the lifetime of our machines can be doubled or tripled. The result of 15 units means a triple lifetime increase. Our machines treated with Metabond also operate properly under extreme operating conditions. Cold start is an extreme operating condition in the case of vehicles. Based on car factory measurements, we can state that a cold start equals abrasion in hot operation over 100 to 150 kilometers, which means that if the car engine is started on 1,000 occasions, the abrasion value of the parts is at least 100,000 kilometers, which is naturally not indicated on the speedometer. I can show you a broken oil pan where lubrication by oil flow did not take place at all. With normal lubrication, our machine was already damaged after 5 units. Now we can see that it operates silently and well. Now let's see the abrasion mark that results from the metal surface finish under multiple overloading. A very smooth, bright, small dot can be seen. The very smooth and very hard surface offers ideal conditions for the lubricant, so it's able to separate the parts moving on top of each other and to use its lubricating properties. Let's see the abrasion marks one after the other. In the first test, a dry, burnt abrasion mark can be seen, which is rough and deep. Higher loading, a smaller and finer abrasion mark in the case of normal oil lubrication. Extreme overloading, a significantly smaller abrasion mark is experienced on surfaces treated with Metabond in an oil-deficient environment. Thank you very much for your attention. If you are interested in trying our products, please feel free to contact the person who gave you this film.